Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing, and today's episode is going to be about attacking your opponent's back leg. Attacking the body, the legs, the head. It's easy because the target is closer, but to get to the back leg, you have to commit a little bit more. You have to get a little bit closer. If you're fighting north versus south, which means one person's an orthodox, the other opponent is a southpaw, it's easier to hit the back leg because you're open face, meaning you can hit with your power side, either the head, the body, the inside leg, and the back leg is there. However, when you're now in a position where you're orthodox to orthodox or southpaw to southpaw, you have to be a little bit more creative to get to that back leg because you have to use a switch kick. So I'm going to show you some different ways you could attack that back leg using punches, using strikes, using feints, and I'm going to show you some of my favorites that I like to use. So when attacking the back leg, we're both orthodox to orthodox position. So for me to attack that back leg, I really have to come closer to my opponent to get that leg. You need a little bit more confidence, especially with your defense. But if I were to attack inside leg or body, you can see that I'm in longer range, and even if he punches me, I'm out of range, I'm safe. However, if I'm coming in this range, now I'm in punch range, and that's what makes it a little bit more dangerous, and that's why a lot of people don't go into that position. So the first way of attacking the back leg is you have to make sure your opponent's hands are nullified, they're blocked, or what I like to call pinned. So one of the ways you can do that is throwing punches. You can see these punches, it forces him to block and keep his head up. This way I can chop the leg and get back. So occupy the hands, number one. So that's using my punches, right? And again, I could come off with just lead hand and attack. I can use my right hand to attack. Whichever way you want to attack to get that back leg, it works. Traditionally, a lot of people like to use their rear hand. Why do you use the rear hand? Because it automatically opens up the switch. Whether I use a straight right, you can see it's loaded up and it's easier to get that back leg. I might want to attack with a heavy hook. Again, he protects his head. I can switch off and attack the leg. And you can see when I attack that leg, a lot of people come in and they look and they hit their instep, right? Do not hit the instep. If you're gonna commit and you're gonna attack that back leg, get in there and try to land with your shin. One of the most devastating low kicks you can give to someone is attacking that back leg with your high shin. You have to think, your opponent has probably taken so many hard kicks on the outside that their leg's conditioned. But back there, especially being their weaker side, they're not used to it, okay? So using the punches, lead hand, or rear to set up that back leg. All right, now you can use your kicks. The way I like to set up the back leg attack is I'll throw the low kick. Eventually, they're gonna wanna block that low kick. As they block up, that back leg stays planted. It allows me to get in there and attack that leg. So as soon as I see he blocks, I shift off with this fake, I come back and I attack. But you can see where I'm hitting. Nice high shin, you're gonna do the most damage. Okay? And it can come off of a body kick, low kick, all of a sudden you mix the feint in, chop that back leg. All right, so punches, and that's with kicks. Another one you're gonna see with kicks is I might want to attack the inside of the leg. One of the best you'll see do that is Rico Verhoeven, you know, the glory heavyweight champion. So what he'll do is he'll throw a lot of kicks. As soon as the leg block comes up, he'll use a feint step here and come in and chop the inside of the leg. Those hurt, really slappy style, and those can cause a lot of damage. So now that you know you can set them up with punches, kicks, and feints, I'm gonna show you one last one, but you're gonna have to have a little bit more confidence in your opposite stance. So what I could do right here is I might kick, and you'll see me now go into my southpaw position. Like I mentioned in the open, being in north versus south, it's a lot easier to attack. And you can see I have a loaded up kick now, so that's gonna do more damage. So what I like to do is I like to kick, mask my stance, and attack. So you'll see I throw the left kick from an orthodox. As I return, I come back southpaw, come back in, and I chop that open stance. All right, so now I'm just gonna flow, and I'm gonna show you different ways and setups. Attacking the back leg. Make sure you're creative in the way you set up that attack. Use your punches, use your kicks, use your feints, and even your stance switches. It's also important to remember, if you're not used to taking kicks in the back leg, your opponent can be doing that to you. So do some conditioning drills. Get your partners just to sharpen and toughen up your legs, so if your opponent does attack your legs, it's strong enough to take it. Okay, so make sure when you do these, you practice with technique. If you're gonna commit, try not to hit with the instep. Get nice and deep and do the most damage you can if you're in there. Okay, so make sure you keep liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos with your friends, and let's keep growing Bazooka Kickboxing.